doing my first video blog today, so my first vlog. And, as we are all stuck at home on this sort of roller coaster um, with COVID-19 of happiness and depression and our daily routines being completely uprooted, and sometimes that happiness and depression seems to be even related to whether it's sunny outside or not. And I was thinking, what are some of the things that I'm doing to keep my emotional level more positive and than negative, and sort of keep my sanity while I'm here stuck at home? And I thought of 5 things that I wanted to share with you. And the first is to make a list of things that you want to do. And try to make that list whenever you're actually in a positive mood. And keep that list, actually write it down and keep it somewhere where it's handy or visible, so that in those moments when you feel really down, you can look to your list. And the things that I have on my list are, for example, some of them are yoga, meditation, reading books, and I've even listed out some books that I want to read. Spending time with my daughter, doing something fun or creative, going for a walk, some of them are like organizational goals, like I've wanted to clean up my closet, for example. So things like that, so that we can utilize this time in a way that helps us feel positive. Another thing, the second thing on my list of ways to stay sane during our stay home period of coronavirus is to embrace downtime. And if you're like me, you really love to be productive. So having time where you're not really doing anything that feels important or productive can be challenging for some people, and I'm one of those people. So I think it's really important to remember that this is a good time to have downtime, and that we don't need to feel guilty about that. And so if you have a day where you really want to just veg out, lounge around, maybe just watch movies all day or stare at the wall. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it is that is downtime for you that gives your brain a break and your body as well. Make sure you do that and don't feel bad about it. The third thing that I have on my list of ways to stay sane as we're all at home is to manage your fear. So much of life is not in our control, and that's made very apparent right now with the coronavirus. And when we embrace that and instead focus on the things that we can control, which sometimes can feel like very little, and oftentimes that's actually true as well, not just right now, but in life in general. But when we focus on the things that we can control, so that's things like what your daily schedule is like, what you do with your time, what kind of exercise you're doing, what kind of food you're eating, the state of your house to a certain extent, the things that we can control. Your state of mind is one of the big ones that is within your control. So manage your fear. And if you need to limit your access to news and social media in order to manage your fear, that is the fourth thing on my list, which is that we need to be informed and we need the facts, but we don't necessarily need 24/7 news coverage, especially news coverage that is projecting out all the what ifs. It's speculative, what could happen, what might happen. When we stick with what is present and true right now, we're able to manage our fear and have more control over our emotions. And then the last thing on my list of ways to stay sane as we're all at home is to create a routine of some kind. And whether that's a full daily routine or just a morning routine, whatever it is. So, for example, I try to have a morning routine each morning where I get up and I do a meditation and I have a cup of coffee and I decide what our plan for the day is going to be. And sometimes we stick with that plan, and then sometimes the plan gets completely thrown out the window and we do something different. And so we have to embrace that too. And that is also, letting go of some of the control that we wish we had in our lives. Another aspect of our daily routine during the weekdays is everybody is schooling at home, distance learning, online learning. And if we can sort of keep a morning routine of schools from 9 to 12 is what we try to do, and then have lunch and some activity time, and then the afternoon is more free and open for whatever we want to make up as we go along. But just having that basic outline for a plan for the day makes it easier to get up and get going in the morning. And once you're up and going, it's easier. So remember, we're all in this together. And even though we're physically separated, we want to try to stay emotionally connected. So in each of these areas that you're utilizing to help yourself stay emotionally positive is to remember to incorporate connection with people, whether that's via Zoom or phone calls or even writing letters, like whatever it is that helps you feel connected to people. So stay home, stay safe, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.